All right, hey guys, Jason here. We are up here at Vaden Chevy in Pooler, Georgia. If you're ever down by Savannah, this is definitely a place to check out. These guys are fantastic here. We're going to talk TRAILBOSS, not just Silverado TRAILBOSS. We're talking Silverado, Colorado, HD. We're going to talk TRAILBOSS, what the TRAILBOSS is. This is it right here. This is the game changer in the world of Chevy. And this is the one that I love the most. There is something to this package that just does it so well that many other ones do not. Many other brands just can't grasp the concept, and Chevy has dominated at it and done very well. Excuse me. Don't get me wrong. Ford does good with their FX4 package. They put it on every trim level. The TRAILBOSS is similar, but the TRAILBOSS takes it to a whole nother level. So, depending on whether you buy a 1500 or you buy the amazing Colorado version. We have one right there in Harvest Bronze, my favorite color that there is on a Colorado. Had I been able to buy, if I got to pick, when Tina bought hers, I would have picked Harvest Bronze or Silver as my two favorite colors. But here's a beautiful, gorgeous, new 2025 Colorado TRAILBOSS. And this is right here. Where we at on this thing right here? We are coming in at $44,000. Got some extra optional package on there, convenience packages, nice things, but we see this sticker again. See how we see this on here? This simple sticker. What it means is it means a factory lift. It means a 2-speed transfer case, which in the world of Chevy is not always the case. Okay, Chevy is one of the rare companies that offers you a single-speed transfer case. Means you can get it where you do not have 4 low. A lot of people think that that's stupid. Why would you ever do that? Well, in the reality of it, especially today with everything being the way it is, mechanical and electrical, if you have a 2-speed transfer case with 4 low, and you don't ever use 4 low, you're gonna screw it up anyway. If you don't keep it working, keep it maintained, make sure that once every month or two that you actually find a dirt road, put it in 4 low, go through the process, do all these if you're not doing this stuff with it, then it's gonna fail on you and cost you a lot of money anyway. So it's better to, if you're not one that's ever gonna use it, you don't off-road, to not have it and get a truck that does not have the 2-speed transfer case. Now, I do not see a Colorado sitting here that does, because we got a TRAILBOSS C70, we don't have it, but to buy one of the trucks, and you can get it in the Silverado or in the Colorado version where you do not get 4 low. Okay, it comes out, we can get that option. However, the TRAILBOSS package, like the Z71 package, you have a Z71 Colorado and a TRAILBOSS Colorado. Here's another example here, Z71 and a TRAILBOSS. Both of these do get the 2-speed transfer case. However, look at the difference. Everybody thinks Z71 off-road, the best off-road package. Look at the size difference between the red one and the white one. We look at it versus the white one and the black one. Okay, because the black one and the red one have the TRAILBOSS package, they get a 2-inch factory lift. Look at the hood height. Look at the height of those hoods comparatively on those trucks. See that difference in hood height? That is because roof height, you can see it everywhere. That is because the TRAILBOSS has that 2-inch factory lift. Also, look at the tires that come on a Z71. Okay, look at the tires that come on a TRAILBOSS. Look at the wheels that come on a Z71. Look at how far out they stick compared to the tires. Look at a recessed set-in version of the TRAILBOSS. Look at the fender flares and how little and low profile they are on a Z71. Look at them on a TRAILBOSS. See the differences here? You see where this is coming into play? Look at the front grille layout on a Z71. Look at it on a TRAILBOSS. Okay, so there's some, you see these subtlety differences in here. Now, this Z71 is nice because this Z71 actually has a ZR2 front skid plate. Pretty sweet setup on there. That skid plate is what's basically on the ZR2. Where on the Colorado TRAILBOSS, you do got to remove that. But that's kind of a nice feature. They give you the big red tow hooks and that skid plate on there. I wonder if they're actually calling that an option on this Z71. We're not getting too far off subject. Hold on. Let me look here real quick. Looks like it is part of a $700 skid plate package that they are putting on this one, making this $50,000 for this Z71. Where if we look at this TRAILBOSS right here, And we come over here and we look at the price of this, which again, much more mean for off-road capabilities, more aggressive looking, $46,000. Big difference in price in there. So the TRAILBOSS package fits the world that I live in way better than most of the other packages. ZR2 taking the cake. Matter of fact, I have in my pocket right here, we have 2025 2500 ZR2, which is parked over there that I'm reviewing in a few minutes. But the TRAILBOSS version. The TRAILBOSS version has the punch for GM. Doesn't matter what version it is, what truck. We come over here and we look over this way and we have the 1500 Silverado TRAILBOSS Edition. Okay, the TRAILBOSS Edition. That gives you that extra height, that gives you that factory lift. This is, I mean, look at this. This is a 1500 with a diesel, but this is the 1500 version, parked next to a 2500, between two 2500s. Look at how big this is. So it's done very well. Fantastic truck, made to do the job, made to do the work. They like I said, you cannot complain one bit on what they do, except for putting the window sticker on the wrong side. But you cannot complain one bit about what they do with the 1500s, with the TRAILBOSS package. Factory lift, nice setup. Even with the diesel in this has got the 3-liter diesel coming in at $64,000 on this thing. TRAILBOSS Edition. This is a crew LT. This is LT trim. Like I said, very well done. But that TRAILBOSS, look at the difference you're getting here. You're getting the higher quality tires. You're getting that bigger factory lift. You're getting these benefits. The TRAILBOSS one fits tremendously. We got more over here, but here's considered basically the stock version. TRAILBOSS version. See the differences? Massive. Stock. This is a custom, different trim, but still, you see the punch in here. So I love the TRAILBOSS package. Now, the TRAILBOSS package in a 2500 is a little different ball game. It doesn't really give you too much. Now, the 2500 series trucks, the HD trucks, they do a lot of things different. They rely more on a Z71 package in that world. They also don't give you some of the things that you get with some of the other stuff. Like, for example, on a TRAILBOSS, on a 1500 like this, again, look at the size difference. Here we can see them side by side. Okay, you get the 2-inch factory lift on this LT right here, but if you look at it next to this RST, you can see the size difference. This is the same truck basically, but look at how much bigger that white one is. Look at the height from where the fender flare arches are, the wheel well arches, how much higher up they are on there. You can see the height difference in this thing. You can see it in the body lines based on where the tire and the body line comes in line with the center of that axle versus this side. Okay, again, we got this good lift on this Z71 TRAILBOSS Edition in a 1500 series truck. When we go to a 2500, and we pop over here and we start looking at 2500 trucks right here, like these HDs, these two 2500s. Here we're not gaining a lift because of the TRAILBOSS package. Okay, here's where it's different. In this, the TRAILBOSS package in a 2500 is more cosmetic. It is a little change in the wheel and a little change in the tire. It's a couple little fancy upgrades, blacked out emblems, things like that, blacked out here, couple little blackout features, but it does not really give you the lift. The lift in a 2500 comes from the Z71 package. So all Z71 packages are lifted in the 2025 or in the 2500 realm. The TRAILBOSS package is basically just a cosmetic upgrade package, and I don't think it costs that much. Where's our window sticker in this one? Looking through, it's on this side. So if we look at this, you're gonna have two packages, a Z71 package, and we are gonna have, so let me find them for you here. Hang on, give me 1 second, let me pause. All right, so here, this one's not listing the Z71 packages as part of the whole deal in here automatically, but it's part of that LTZ package, I think. But here, you get the TRAILBOSS package for $2,500, black grill, black bow tie, 20-inch gloss black wheels, high gloss front and rear bumpers, recovery hooks on the front, BF Goodrich alt off-road tires, mirror caps, Chevy spray-on bed liner, black skid plates, black badging. That's part of that TRAILBOSS package. Okay, it's a little different than what a Z71 is in the fact that the Z71 gives you, the stuff in a 25 world. But any way you cut it, you can't get a TRAILBOSS package without it being on a Z71 anyway. So you win any way around, any way you look at it. So the point of the whole thing is when you see this sticker right here on a Chevy truck, it means that it is lifted, it is set up for off-road, it has a 2-speed transfer case. The only way you can get it in a 2500, but in a 1500 and in a Colorado means 2-speed transfer case, 4-low, means G80 rear locker, means capability, means off-road stuff, means chiseled looks, means aggressive styling, means it's a good one of those kind of trucks. I love the appearance package, the look of it, and the function. So again, where FX4 is Ford's version, Z71 used to be Chevy's version. Z71 has kind of classed itself out a little bit more and turned more into a classy kind of setup where the TRAILBOSS has now become the big dog. Like here is a 1500 Z71 TRAILBOSS. Here is a 2500 Z71 TRAILBOSS. So you have them right side by side. TRAILBOSS right here. This one does not have the TRAILBOSS package in it. So you can, like I said, you can't get a TRAILBOSS without the Z71, but you can get a Z71 without the TRAILBOSS package. Let's look at a number on there. But that Z71 in this one is where we get that lift and that shine is. But two amazing trucks right there. And again, here's the next to each other. TRAILBOSS version, and that is a non-TRAILBOSS. Look at the difference in these trucks. Here's a Z71 and a 1500 non-TRAILBOSS. Here's a Z71 TRAILBOSS 1500. Look at the difference. Look at the hood. Look at the front end. Look at the grill. Look at the recovery points. Look at the valance on the bottom. Look at the tires. Look at this. You see what I'm getting at here? The TRAILBOSS package is a whole different animal. Beautiful thing. Absolute beautiful thing. And on this, that Z71 package without the TRAILBOSS package, let's see what it costs on here, where we are, if they even offer it on here as a Z71 off-road package on here. Off-road suspension, including twin tube shots, hill descent control, and the skid plates. Heavy-duty springs are $45, but this gives you that right here. $325 is all they charge on the 2500 to go to the Z71 system, and it's a brilliant setup. But this has that lift automatically included in it right there, like the TRAILBOSS does. 2500, the lift is part of the Z71 rather than the TRAILBOSS. But there you go. TRAILBOSS, TRAILBOSS, TRAILBOSS. What it is, why we love it, and why we're glad it's here, and why it's such an amazing, amazing truck. Here again, we can see it right here, clear as day. If you look at it, TRAILBOSS, Colorado, TRAILBOSS, Colorado, TRAILBOSS, Colorado, Z71, TRAILBOSS, Colorado. Love it, love it, love it. Questions, comments, anything you got, put them down below. Thanks for watching.